Welcome back to Moon's Kitchen. Today we're going to be working on 1 hour cinnamon rolls from scratch. So I'm going to use my stand mixer. You could also use a hand mixer. Take 3½ cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 packet of active dry yeast, and mix that. I'm going to take ½ cup of sugar, 1 cup of milk, and 1/4 cup of salt softened at room temperature. Then I'm going to put it in the microwave for about 75 seconds until it is incorporated. And then I'm just going to mix to incorporate to make sure that the sugar has been dissolved. And then I'm going to add it to the flour mixture 1/3 at a time. Oh, try not to spill. Add 1 beaten egg. And you want it pulling from the side. Then we'll cover it with saran wrap for 5 minutes until it gets foggy. While the dough is resting for 5 minutes, go ahead and get started on your filling. 3/4 cups of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 1½ tablespoons of cinnamon. So 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1½ tablespoons of cinnamon, and 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Mix that all up. Okay, and then set it aside. You can see there's some condensation here after about 5 minutes of letting the dough rest. Next, I'm gonna flour the counter so that my dough doesn't stick when I'm rolling it out. And then I'm gonna try to roll it out and a little bit extra on top of the dough. And I'm gonna try to roll it out to, I like it as a 1/2 centimeter thick, and I'll roll it out to a 10 by 18. Next, I'm going to take 1/4 cup of our softened butter and spread it all over the dough. Next, I'm going to sprinkle, leave about 1 inch from the end. Okay, then I'm going to roll it and roll it tight. Close it off. And then I would like to measure 2 inches. Next, I like to use floss to cut the cinnamon rolls. It doesn't matter if it's mint flavor or not. It just, when you use a knife, it squishes it. Just slide it under. Cover it with foil and put it in the oven for ½ hour. I have it at 200 degrees. Once you put it in, turn it off and allow it to rise. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of unsalted butter and 1/4 cup of cream cheese, room temperature. 1½ cups of powdered sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. All right, I took out the cinnamon rolls from the 30-minute rise. Now, this is what they look like. Now I'm gonna put them in the oven for 350, about 28 to 32 minutes. I let it cool for 10 minutes. Then I'm just gonna take some frosting. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned next week for another episode of Moon's Kitchen.